Yo, hey, what's up, guys? I know I promised you a video for this Friday regarding CGC, and here it is. I want to share a little brew with you guys, and the Howler Mouse, if you're watching, you may want to get one of these bottle openers. I'm just messing with you. I know Captain Strangelove did a similar video, so might as well kick some more dirt in your face. No, I'm just messing, man. I'm just messing. But the intent for this video, guys, I want to basically make a simple informational video on how to CGC your comic books. I know there are a lot of you already out there that know how to do this. So if you find this video kind of not informative at all, just go ahead and close the video, because it's basically going to be about how to CGC, what to expect, and the processes of sending out your comics and having it come back into you. So I figured, you know what, this video that I'm doing right now is pretty much for all of you people that don't know a whole lot about CGC or have actually never submitted a comic book to them. By the way, I'm drinking Bud Light Platinum. I'm really enjoying this beer. I really like it. But first of all, guys, what I want to go ahead and start off on is just talk a little bit more about the CGC. There are a lot of steps, or at least a lot of information on their website. I had to create an account in order to find out the information. In the meantime, I'm getting email from CGC. I'm going from website page to one website page to a hyperlink to another hyperlink. Maybe some of you out there, or pretty much maybe all of you are out there, like, hey, that's how it is, Rick. What's the problem? But I'm just not like that. I'm pretty standard, old-fashioned, where if I want to find out or do something, I have to have a list, like just one page, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, done, and not just be thrown in different directions. And that's how I felt on the CGC website. So this video is to make it a little easier for any of you that felt the same way as me, or even you new comic goers, to realize, oh, CGC, what is it and how to do, how to submit my stuff and what to expect. Good reasons to CGC, guys, is because number one, it increases the value of your comic book, and number two, it somewhat preserves your comic book. I'm going to talk a little bit more later on about preserving, because there have been a lot of different opinions on how CGC preserves, and basically check this out, what this fine print means. I'm not quite sure a lot of you have seen or read this fine print, but I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. And also, it gives a really good selling point, because at least you have a professional grader, or at least a professional company, saying, hey, yep, I took a look at this comic book and it is deemed as, a 9.6, 8.0, 2.5, whatever it may be. It leaves that question out of mind, because everyone has their own personal grading system. I just want to preserve and at least give a collector value towards my daughter later on, 10, 20 years from now. At least, she may not be into comic books, but at least she'll know what the actual grade is, or a professional company, what they graded it. So she won't be cheated later on, like, oh, that's not a 9.0, that's actually a 2.5, and I'll give you $10. It's just kind of looking out for her. That's my intention. My opinion is, hey, I have this comic book right here. If I send it to CGC, there's a good chance I'll get a good grade and it'll increase the value. You know what I'm saying? Basically is, okay, so there's this comic book. Okay, well, it's a near mint condition. All right, but there's so many different levels of near mint. Normally, a nice near mint copy of this going on eBay usually goes for about maybe $10 to $15, non-CGC'd. But I did pick this up a while ago, CGC 9.8 on eBay for $50 for a buy it now. Now, prices vary, guys. It all depends on how much you are willing to spend on it. I've seen these 9.8 go for about $30 to even up to $70. When I bought this, I think there was even one for $99. But I found a good deal on it, $49.95 I think I bought it for. So it's a pretty good price that I paid, at least in my opinion. But again, if you don't want to pay that extra price, again, you're free to buy those $10, $15 copies. But again, being the fact that it's near mint, there's different grades, different qualities of near mint. Meaning there's 9.2, 9.6. It could have a little ding right here in the corner, or a little bend, small little bend, and it can still be graded as a near mint. When I was referring to good reasons, I know my personal opinion, or at least belief, this is going to be preserved. You know, there's no fingerprints, no stains. I don't have to worry about, you know, it getting wrinkled or me crunching it. It's pretty much in a hard plastic case, so I'll be able to, you know, enjoy, maybe not read it, but I'll be able to enjoy looking at it and know that I have it here in my collection. And I actually hang it on my wall in my room, in my war or comic book room, because I like to see it. It makes me happy. Bad reasons on why to CGC. One bad reason that comes into mind is when you have your comic book CGC'd, slabbed, they're pretty much sealed. You cannot reopen it, you cannot read or enjoy the story of your comic book again. Another thing is, a bad reason to CGC, like I mentioned again, your personal grading system. You may think, oh wow, this is a 9.8, I'm going to send this to CGC, and then when it comes back to you, your dreams and hopes are crushed. You get it back and it's a 8.5, what the hell? This is supposed to be near mint, I don't see why. You pretty much are left in distraught. You're pretty much upset, you're clueless, you don't know why it's an 8.5, and a perfect reason for that, guys, a perfect watch. Here's my perfect example of what I was referring to. This Iron Man #1 signed by Stan Lee. This was my first CGC comic book that I sent through the convention. It came back graded as a 6.5, of course, signature series, but being the fact that I bought this at a comic book store, just non-CGC'd, I paid, you know, I forgot how much I paid for it, but it was marked as, you know, very good to fine condition. I got it back, 6.5, and boom, see that? It's marked as restored. When I got it back, I was really upset. In my old channel, I did a video, kind of a rant about it. But you know what? Everyone has different grading systems, and it basically mentioned that it was restored. There's a slight trim on the cover. Maybe there are some ink restorations on the spine, on the front page. I don't see it, but again, their grading system, their methods are different than mine. So again, I was left really upset, and I'm just letting you guys know what to expect. CGC isn't always, you know, going to be in your favor because it's their own personal opinion. So don't think that you're going to get a comic book, oh, I know that's going to be a gem mint or 9.8, because there's always that slight chance, guys, you're not going to get that. Okay, so just prepare for that. Just mentally prepare for that. CGC's website, guys. CGC's website, there's no complaint with me. However, on my personal learning curve, if you want to say, I like to have information just laid out 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Not really having to search all over the place. So that's why I'm doing this video. And being the fact that there's a lot of places which you need to go to, a lot of information you need to read, the first step to submitting CGC comic books, you need to create an account with CGC. Okay? I really thought in the beginning, first starting comic books, I really thought I was able to call CGC and say, hey, I got 2 comic books I want to submit. What's your company address so I can send these comic books and how much it's going to cost? That's what I thought it was going to be. But it wasn't. You have to create an account. It's tied in to your personal email address, and of course you create a password, and from that point on, once you get submitted into CGC's website, you then have different options of membership. Okay, I believe you have 4 or 5 options of membership. Right away when you start off, you have kind of pretty much the free trial, or at least the free version, where you can surf through the website, you can find information about CGC products, you can see other people's collections, lot of other stuff. But in order for you to really submit a comic book, like I said, you need to create an account and you need to get a membership. Here's some memberships I'm going to show here on the screen. I'm going to break it down for you guys.